Hey man, so very interesting experience I just had. I just got a free large iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know if the guy just really likes me or he's trying to lose his job, because I noticed that the person in front of me got free shit too, and he's the only one here. So I don't know if he's just like mad and he's like, fuck the company, I'm just gonna give away a bunch of free shit. Because honestly, I understand, I've done it too. A lot of people have, but you always tip him though, that's the thing. That's probably why he did it. Because he was like, don't even worry about it. Like, I really don't know. Because you just never know with people, like, what their intentions are. Do y'all hear him laughing? Okay, this is getting awkward. Yeah, you probably should just fucking leave the parking lot. What if he comes out here and tries to talk to you? Oh, Lord. Let's go. He's really nice, though. Really nice guy. An obvious homosexual. I love obvious homosexuals. Those are my favorite homosexuals. But he's not like in your face like, I'm gonna wear fucking nail polish and all this shit. Like, he's just an obvious homosexual. Sorry, I'm looking for banana strings. Yeah, so I'm actually going to work early by my manager's request. I mean, I missed a day last week because I was too busy masturbating. I told them that at work too, and they were just like, Jesus, how bad is it for you? I'm like, well, it's just a compulsion. It's like most of the time that's not an issue, you know? Most of the time I can let it go. But once it turns into that, like, obsessive compulsive real, it's really hard to turn that off, you know? But yeah, like I was saying before, I think it's really weird that people just can't stop talking. And people like just need to constantly hear themselves talk. Or they need to be around people all the time. They need attention all the time. They need validation all the time. They need somebody there listening to their stupid bullshit all the time. It's like, that's why social networking is so addictive for these people. Because it's like a pretend validation, you know? And that's why women are so dependent on it, because, like, women really need to be validated, it seems. I want you guys to see something. See that? What's that, Amy? That's just grass, that's pasture, that's trees, shit like that. It's nature. Corporations want to destroy all that shit. They do. They don't want any of that to exist. Because all that shit existing doesn't make them fucking money. You know? It sucks. Like, I don't think that we have true capitalism in this country. I think that what we have is corporate socialism. Because it seems like the corporations are pushing the agenda. I mean, if you have like fucking Gillette, that's the fucking, they sell razors. If you have them using like trannies or like non-binary people or whatever the fuck they're doing to try to like sell their product, you know, they're clearly like going along with the culture in a way that's not. It's not really good for them because that like freaks out the American public. And it also opens up the eyes of the American public so that they realize what's actually happening. So it's really not good for anybody. I mean, well, it's especially not good for the corporations that are using these tactics because they're not going to sell their products this way. I mean, like all these people that there's a saying right now, get woke, go broke, and that is what's happening. Now, of course, there's a market for it. I'm not saying there isn't a market for all these wokey enthusiasts, but it's a very small market, you know? Most people don't subscribe to this shit. Jesus Christ, man. Can't fucking drive around here. Oh my God. Did you see that shit? Yeah, I saw that. That was so old school. There was like this old school sheriff that just passed me. I kind of wish I had filmed him. But I didn't want to freak him out. Or get pulled over, because that would have happened too. Yeah, I think that there's a lot of shit that you can complain about in regards to America. But I mean, when people talk about freedom and they bitch about freedom, whenever I think about that, I never think about guns. I always think about, you know, all this other stupid shit that doesn't make any sense. It makes perfect sense to me why people have guns, you know? Like, hey, I'm gonna defend myself. It's good, right? I mean, it sucks that I have to, but I think it's dangerous to ever get to a point where you're assuming that, like, oh, I'll be taken care of, you know? God, that's just stupid. It's stupid for people to ever assume that they'll be taken care of by anything or anyone, but especially our government. And I realize that people want our government to be more reliable, and I get that. And I think our founding fathers, like, wanted a government by the people for the people, and this clearly ain't it. So, you know, maybe it's good to be a nihilist. Maybe it's good to be apathetic about where things are right now, because there's no point in caring about it, since it's so susceptible to change, and it's so up in the air, and it's so aggravating all the time. I feel blessed, you guys. I feel blessed to have this perspective over here. I feel blessed to be able to think. You feel blessed to Yes, thank you, Lord. No, I feel blessed, you know, to just be able to see things alternatively. You know, that's a beautiful thing. A lot of people don't have that ability, but I do. So Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for creating me to be me. And thank you for giving me the strength to continue to be me. Now, I do think a lot of people have like a significant issue with anybody that just does their own thing. You know, just does what they want to do. My mom told me that like when I was a kid, like I didn't follow the herd. Like if all my friends were on the swing set and I didn't feel like swinging anymore, I would just fucking leave. You know, like, that's never been an issue with me, and it's so funny to me that so many people need acceptance and approval that fucking bad that they're gonna voluntarily do something that they don't even want to do. And see, this is part of all the victim shit, you know? Like, people that feel like they don't have choices in a country where they clearly do. In fact, this is a country where we have too many choices and they're terrible, you know, and but this is a country where you can do that. Like, if you have an idea, you can try to sell it and make money off of it. That's really, really cool. Like, just thinking about that is, like, that does make me proud to be an American. But then I look at, you know, all the shit that Americans do, and then I retract that statement immediately, you know? But I mean, I don't know why I'd be a proud American anyway, because it's not anything that I was part of. It's not like I consulted the founding fathers and I was like, no, write this thing. Don't write that, write this, you know? It's like, that would be a good comedy sketch. Yeah, it would. I think that that's going to come back, like, we're going to start having, like, historical comedy sketches. Especially considering the fact that so many people want to just deny history or change it. I was listening to this speech that Marianne Williamson was giving, and the thing is, like, I agree with her in a lot of the ways that she puts things, but I don't think that you can clean up the past. I don't think that you can do that. I think she's very idealistic to want to do that, and I think that her intentions are good, and she's actually genuine about it, unlike the rest of them, but because she seems like she really is coming from a place of love, which is hard to find in the Democratic Party. So, I mean, that's why they fucking hate her. But it's like you can't fix what we did like hundreds of years ago. You can't fix that. You can't, like, a check isn't going to cover that. Racial consciousness isn't going to cover that. You can obsess about it. You can keep talking about it over and over again. You can turn everything black. You can turn everything woke. You can turn everything brown. You can turn, you know, it's like you can flip it all upside down, but it's like that's still not going to change what happened hundreds of years ago. I mean, I do believe that, like, you know, you need to sort of, like, if you personally did something wrong, you need to correct that. But, like, we're talking about shit that's happened to this country, like, a while back, you know? And I mean, I feel like it's not just slavery, you know? It's like all these other forms of institutionalized racism that she's talking about. But, like, I just don't think that you can fix that shit. This isn't an issue of, like, an alcoholic father trying to make up for the fact that he beat his kid when he got drunk. You know, it's not like, oh, I got sober. I got sober. Fucking look at him. I told you, they're fucking everywhere. But luckily, I'm behind him. That's right. I'm watching you. I'm watching you, motherfucker. Okay, I think that this is probably illegal, what you're doing. Yeah, probably. Oh, well, let's go back to me. Can you do this? I don't think you can do this. I think that you're doing something clearly illegal. Okay, I'm gonna follow him. I'm gonna make sure that I stay behind him so he doesn't get behind me. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh shit! I zoomed in when I should have zoomed out. And I keep doing it. Sorry, I got excited. I saw the 5-0 and I was like, fuck him! I'm gonna film his ass and there's nothing he can do about it! I'm staying as far away from him as possible now. Like, yeah, you just stay back here. You stay back here until he turns. Okay, he's turning now. Cops exist, you guys. Did y'all know that? Well, you definitely do if you watch this channel. Like I've said before, I don't hate police officers. I hate the militarization of the police. I mean, say, like, that guy is probably, like, a decent guy, you know? Like, I'm sure that most cops are decent people. It's like, I'm sure that most people that work for the government are decent people. But it's just like you have that small faction of people that are just fucking horrible and take advantage of their power. And they screw it up for everybody else. Like, they're fucking taking a piss in the punch bowl, you know? That ain't fair. You know, my friend told me, who's a police officer, he said that, nobody hates bad cops more than good cops. And I believe that. I totally believe that. Because yeah, I mean, just think about how hard it must be to be an authority figure working for the government. People already hate your guts for obvious reasons, right? But what if you really are in it to serve and protect? What if you're really in it because you actually, like, want to help people? I think that a lot of the reasons why, like, cops end up being dirty cops is because of, like, everything that they see in the government and everything that they're, like, required to do that they don't want to do. I mean, I think that makes perfect sense. Like, you have people that, I mean, from what I was talking about before, the dude that works at Dunkin' Donuts, like, he's probably pissed off that he's in there by himself, so he's, you know, giving away free shit out of spite. So, no, I don't think that Bernie Sanders wants to do that. I don't think he's doing it out of spite, but I think, well, you know, like, if people just start giving stuff away, like, it might not be out of the goodness of their heart. It might be because they really hate the place where they work, or they really hate the person they work for. So they're like, fuck him, I'm gonna screw him over. He's gonna be so mad when he finds out half the inventory's gone. That's cool. I like this video. This video's alright. Probably because the camera's not fucking shaking. Well, also your elbow is rested firmly on that armrest. Yeah, I'm finally finding use for this armrest, you guys. How cool. The armrest is like one of the smartest inventions, I think. Over modern medicine. Right? Oh, fuck modern medicine. So I don't know why my manager asked me to come in early. I'm kind of afraid to ask. So that's why I'm not asking. I'm gonna speed up a little bit. Sorry, buddy. As long as you don't cut people off, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Really and truly, like, as long as your actions don't have ill intent, I feel like you'll be alright in this world. Because I do believe in karma, and that's because I believe in God. So, I think that, like, God cuts us a break when we least expect him to, you know? But it's like any little thing that happens in my favor, I always thank God for it, whether it's actually God or not. Like, I think I've said this. I throw something into a trash canister, and it makes it into the trash canister. Well, mainly I'm thanking God, not just because, like, oh, I think God reached down and made sure that whipped cream hit that trash can. You know, it's not that. It's just that I thank God because I know that God's the only thing that actually witnessed it. You know? Like, nobody else saw it. I saw it and God saw it. So I'm like, hey, what's up? I really think that that's what God wants more than anything. God just wants to be acknowledged. Like, I do think that sometimes the only way that I can reach God is to, like, use blasphemy. You know, like, and a lot of people would be like, that's wrong. Go fuck yourself. I'm reaching out. Why do you think that you have to communicate with God in a certain way? Besides, if you're thinking ill thoughts, God fucking hears them. So what the fuck does it matter? Oh, you didn't say God damn it? Well, if you're thinking it, and you're just holding back the urge, then you still have an evil heart. I'm kidding. I use blasphemy all the time. God knows I don't mean that shit. Because I always clarify, you know? Always clarify. But speaking of God, so there's this chick that started working. I think yesterday was the first day. I'm not sure. But yesterday was the first day I saw her. And her name is Eve. Oh, God. How stupid are her parents? Like, really? It's like, you're going to name your daughter after, like, the one bitch that screwed it up for all of humanity. Like, that's a Planned Parenthood child, right? Should have gone to Planned Parenthood. Nip that one in the bud, man. That's a good joke, though, man. That's a really good joke. Here's the thing, like, you can say all the shit that you want to say without offending people because, honestly, people don't know all this stuff that you're talking about. They really don't. Like I said before, I did a Planned Parenthood joke a while back, and the only people in the room that got it were white dudes. So, it's like, if you're doing a joke that's, well, you're trying to, like, educate people or whatever, but I mean, I was just doing a joke to knock Planned Parenthood, but it's like only people would get it if they have the information that I have, you know. So that's cool though. That's cool that even like 2 people got it. I'm happy about that still, but that was the only joke that actually worked that night too. That's what's funny about it. It's like, the more offensive it is, like, the more likely people are to be into it. You know, because I think that there's a way larger market for offensive comedy. And I think that that's like what all the young people, like Gen Z, the Zoomers, all those kids. That's why kids are so insensitive. That's why they're so funny. Like I'm a huge fan of a lot of Zoomers on YouTube that are just, they're so fucking smart. They're so much smarter. They're so much wiser. It seems like they're just wiser to the ways of the world. And I think that that's just because of everything that's been shoved down their throat. So it's like they don't want to go along with this shit because it's all they're used to. They want something different. The millennials are so miserable. It's like they're between a rock and a hard place because they don't know how to make a choice. They don't realize that all the choices that they actually are making subconsciously are making them fucking miserable. So I don't know. I mean, that's why I don't have a smartphone, you guys. I want to lead by example. And the only way... Oh, shit. I got really bad chest pains, by the way. Like, I've been having chest pains, like, since I woke up. But, that was my GM. I'm really glad that she's leaving. That's cool. You can bust out the boombox now. Yeah, I can. I totally can. I'm gonna be here until like 3 o'clock in the morning, so I'm totally busting out that boombox. But yeah, it just, I find it interesting, like, this dilemma that millennials seem to be in. Because, like, a lot of them are killing themselves. They're killing themselves with drugs and alcohol. They're killing themselves, you know, the regular-ass way. This might help my chest pains. It might not, but let's just see. I love how CBD tastes like weed. It's the same plant. Well, technically, it's not the same plant. Maybe I should get some turmeric. Turmeric! See, I have all these CDs. Fucking Aretha. You guys know, you already know I like her a lot. Outkast, this is one of the best albums ever. This album came out in 1996. I'm not gonna say, oh, this is the greatest hip-hop album of all time, because I'm not that wise to be making bold-ass statements like that, but it's pretty fucking good. Oh, Amy! Amy, I've been yakking about her nonstop. Amy again. This is, I do this a lot. I don't know if anybody else does this whenever they get a CD. Not like anybody gets CDs anymore, but when they used to, would you change the album cover? Because I do that all the time. So this is not the original album cover. This is just a picture from the liner notes or whatever, but she's so pretty. She looks like Elvira. More Outkast. This is another amazing album. Aquemini. Shit. But yeah, so I love how that perfume's like 20 years old. It's still going strong. It is. It really is, man. See, I'm looking for my medicine bag. Because I got some turmeric. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. This shit right here. Not even $2. I think it was like $1. $1.29, maybe something like that. $1.16. This is like one of the best products for inflammation. See, I'm already feeling the effect of it. It's amazing. Because I'm pretty sure that's why I'm having these chest pains right now. It's because I just... something is inflamed. Something. Maybe it's your heart. Possibly. But yeah, I just drink it, or I drink this. I mean, I guess I could. I wanted to like mix this in a beverage. That'd be horrible, but I just eat it straight. I think I'm gonna take that in with me. But yes, the steering wheel is totally coming apart. Look at it. You guys remember when we did this shit? Yeah, this is what it looks like now. Look at that. Some of it's on the ground. I don't know what happened to it. Oh well. I love you, Vortex. Thank you so much for existing. I do have another Vortex that I go to, though. Not BitChute, but, I mean, that is another Vortex in itself, but, no, the separate Vortex, the actual, real, big-ass, giant V Vortex. Like, just imagine, like, a giant, like, a really big V. That's the Vortex that I talk to all the time. Not you. You're the little V Vortex. Don't get mad about it. Don't get offended. Don't get all butthurt. There was a Vortex before you, Mini Vortex, and it's a glorious Vortex. Do you think that the people that came up with social networking were, like, inspired by this? Yeah, sometimes I think that Schmuckerberg's a borderline personality, and that's why he came up with Facebook. Like, I really think... because he's a piece of shit. And most borderline personalities are pieces of shit. I'm not gonna lie about that shit. I had to work on this. But yeah, I'm gonna go to work. I'll see y'all later. Goodbye. Love ya.